Hey everybody, Duck number 8 Wooden Railway here, and today we are going to review Extraordinary Engines. Extraordinary Engines is a DVD with 6 season 20 episodes by Universal in 2017, told by Mark Morgan. Here is my copy. In fact, I actually have two. I got them both at the same time. I don't know why I bought two copies of it, but okay. But anyways, here is what the front looks like. It has a picture of Thomas and Hugo at Allsborough with a whale's tail, a picture of Skiff and Sir Topham Hatt from that episode Skiff and the Mermaid. The pirate ship is there. The airship is right here for that episode, Hugo and the airship. And basically this background is of Allsborough Harbor. And the title up at the top is red and gray. Red for the word extraordinary and gray for the word engines. The side has the hit logo up at the top. It's blue with that same title that you've seen on the front. Your Thomas portrait is right here. Your DVD logo is here. And your Universal logo is down here at the bottom. And the back has the red sign, Propel into Adventure. Your blurb is right here. And here you have a picture of Sir Topham Hatt on Skiff, again from Skiff and the Mermaid, with Allsborough Harbor as the background, Captain and Harold, and the pirate ship is right here. And this is your bonus features right here, and down here is your Universal licensing. The disc is a almost a squished up version of the front poster art. The only thing is that no Skiff is on here, and the airship isn't on here either, so yep. And now we are going to talk about the episodes for this release. So there are 6 episodes on this release, and the 6 episodes that are featured on this release are Engine of the Future, Henry in the Dark, The Missing Breakdown Train, Hugo and the Airship, 3 Steam Engines Gruff, and Skiff and the Mermaid. Some of these episodes on here are more of the least favorite season 20 episodes. Not all of them, just half of them. So how I mentioned back when I reviewed Ultimate Friendship Adventures, how the 5 season 20 episodes on Ultimate Friendship Adventures, 2 of them on there were bad episodes, that being Diesel and the Ducklings and Saving Time. And how I mentioned that in total of season 20, there are 5 out of 28 episodes that are bad of season 20. Diesel and the Ducklings and Saving Time are 2 of them. And on this release, we have the other 3 bad episodes. So, as we review them individually, we'll talk about them. So, starting off, the first episode, Engine of the Future. This is one of the least favorite episodes. I'm not really crazy about this episode. This is where Hugo was introduced. This is Hugo's first episode. His design looked really, really cool. Even the propeller, I like what it can do. But the episode overall, I don't really care about it. It's just like boring. I'm not really that into this episode, Engine of the Future, because I thought like it's not that good. I'm not really that interested in Engine of the Future, so yep. I don't really care about it. Henry in the Dark. This episode is one of my favorite episodes of season 20. I love Henry in the Dark. When Henry was in the glowing paint, I thought that he looked really, really cool, and that was really... I really liked Henry's role in the episode, and it's probably one of the most best episodes in the whole Brenna era to be like a spooky episode. Henry looked cool with the glowing paint in the dark, and the episode Henry in the Dark is one of my favorite season 20 episodes, and I love Henry in the Dark. In fact, this is also Henry's last leading role, and I'm glad that they made the last episode in which Henry leads a good one. And therefore, Henry in the Dark is one of my favorite spooky episodes in the Brenna era, and one of my favorite season 20 episodes. So therefore, I love Henry in the Dark. The Missing Breakdown Train is also one of my favorite episodes of season 20. I really, really love Ryan, who is introduced in Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. This episode kind of felt a little bit like Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure because Ryan was the main character in it. Duck and Oliver had a major role in Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and they play They play some roles in this episode, although not major ones, but they're in it. And same with Skiff, he's in it, so yeah. And I love that the breakdown train's role was really, really cool in it. And also Daisy's accident in the episode. This is like, I guess, the only episode in which Daisy ever derails. So that was really, really cool. And Judy and Jerome, like I mentioned earlier, from The Adventure Begins, now they're getting more screen time with some of these season 20 episodes, and therefore pretty much almost everything about the Missing Breakdown Train is good. The one thing in the Missing Breakdown Train that I am not crazy about is the poop scene. I thought that was a little weird to have in the episode, but other than that, the episode overall is pretty good, and the Missing Breakdown Train is one of my favorite season 20 episodes. I love it. Hugo and the Airship. This is the other Hugo episode, and I don't like this episode either that much. Like Hugo, did you think that you were able to fly like that airship? Like, what was wrong with you, Hugo? Your wheels are meant for the rails, not the air. Like, what's wrong with you? And basically, all this episode, Hugo and the Airship, is all about Hugo wanting to fly. And I don't like this episode that much either. So basically, this episode, Hugo and the Airship, I'm not crazy about it either. It's boring, it's not interesting, like nothing about this episode matters that much, so I don't really have any interest in this episode, Hugo and the Airship. Three Steam Engines Gruff is really awful. I really hate Three Steam Engines Gruff. Like, what's wrong with you here, Thomas, Percy, and Toby? Did you think you're acting like children in this episode? Like, what's wrong with you here? Did you think that troll was alive? Did you think it was a troll? Like, you should have listened carefully. It sounded more like a cow. Like, what's wrong with you here, Thomas, Percy, and Toby? You're just completely out of character. Listen carefully to the sound of the mooing. It was a cow, not a troll. Like, gosh. Therefore, Three Steam Engines Gruff is definitely one of my least favorite episodes. I hate Three Steam Engines Gruff. It is just awful. Everything about this episode is awful. Three Steam Engines Gruff. And the title, it's basically off of an old fairy tale, three Billy Goats Gruff. Like, gosh, I do not like this episode, Three Steam Engines Gruff, at all. It is boring, it's awful, and nothing good happens in it. And the last episode, Skiff and the Mermaid. This is another of my favorite season 20 episodes. I love Skiff and the Mermaid too. It feels like Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure again, because now we have Skiff, a new Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure character, as the main character in the episode. I thought that Skiff and Sir Topham Hatt's role in the episode was really great. I loved how Duck and Oliver appear in it, so they're also from Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, like how I mentioned with the Missing Breakdown Train. Therefore, Skiff and the Mermaid is another of the season 20 episodes that feels like Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and it is very interesting. Like, I liked Skiff's role in the episode, and I love that at the end of the episode, Thomas brought the mermaid statue, which Skiff thought that it was going to be a real mermaid. I thought that was really fun, but it turned out that it was just only a statue, so yep. Therefore, Skiff and the Mermaid is another of my favorite season 20 episodes. I love Skiff and the Mermaid too. So yep, those are the episodes, and now we're going to talk about the reason why I have these characters here. So Thomas is here with Annie and Clarabelle, and Toby is here with Henrietta, because they are the main characters in Three Steam Engines Gruff. Hugo is here because he's the main character, and it's his debut in his 2 episodes on this release, Hugo and the Airship and Engine of the Future. Henry is here because he's the main character in Henry in the Dark. Ryan is here because he's the main character in The Missing Breakdown Train. Percy is here because he's the main character in Three Steam Engines Gruff. And Skiff and Sir Topham Hatt are here because they're the main characters in Skiff and the Mermaid. So, yep, those are the reasons of why I have all these characters here. And now we are going to talk about my thoughts about this release. So, this release is a good release. It has some of my least favorite season 20 episodes, not all of them. So, basically, out of the 6 episodes on this release, it's to say that The good episodes on this release are Henry in the Dark, The Missing Breakdown Train, and Skiff and the Mermaid. But the bad episodes on this release are the Hugo episodes and 3 Steam Engines Gruff. And therefore, now that we've talked about all 5 of the bad Season 20 episodes, that goes to say that in total for Season 20, the 5 bad episodes of Season 20 in all are Diesel and the Ducklings, 3 Steam Engines Gruff, the Hugo episodes, and Saving Time, which is my least favorite. So, yep. Now, another thing that I want to mention about this episode, why on the episode selection do The Missing Breakdown Train and 3 Steam Engines Gruff have pictures of Season 19 episodes instead of pictures of actual episodes themselves, like scenes of the actual episodes? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, this is a Season 20 release, not a Season 19 release, so that's kind of weird. And this is also the first DVD to use the Season 19 engine roll call, and the last to have the Season 13 and 18 intro and the Island of Sodor intro, and to have the hit logo on the spine, and a picture on the disc. So, yep. And this is also the last DVD that was ever distributed by Hit. This is unfortunately when Mattel got their rights to take over. Like, Hit Entertainment, you were really, really, really good to the Thomas franchise. Mattel didn't need to change everything for the worse. And unfortunately, this is what's going to happen in 2017. How 2017 was, well, Season 20 was basically still 2016, but this DVD came out in 2017, and I'll talk about that when I review the rest of the 2017 releases. So, yep, thanks for watching this review of Extraordinary Engines, and stay tuned today for Journey Beyond Sodor.